Malaita, con las noticias más importantes de Cuba y el mundo. Radio Martí, por los 1180 AM, por nuestras frecuencias de onda corta y a través de radiotelevisiónmartí.com. Radio Martí, siempre contigo. 4 de la tarde, aquí están las noticias de la hora en Radio Martí. La organización Human Rights Watch declaró en un comunicado que el...
All right. I am live. Okay. Yeah. Hello there. My name is Danny. I am located in Yonkers, New York. Welcome to my live stream. I'm going to be on for the next couple of hours. And you're welcome to join the live stream. You can talk about anything you want to talk about, radio related or otherwise, if anything else is on your mind. Yeah. So, I was scrambling to get on today because I had to do a couple of things, including go outside in the backyard. I had to do some modifications on my NFET. And I just posted a video on that. NFET modifications. It's working well. And my last live stream, you heard it. I mean, I went all the way up to flex pages, 900 megahertz, and is doing well. The NFET is really it sounds very, very good. And I had some noise issues, and I still do have some. I checked all over the house. It's not related to anything in this house, pretty much. I pretty much eliminated everything in this house that possibly could have caused noise. So it's definitely coming from an outside source. And I have been having that for it's almost a week now since the noise source. Actually, over a week now. Since I first heard it on Wednesday, but I thought it was the AM transmitter. But it was not that. And like yesterday was really bad. Yesterday it was obliterating the all the way up to the shortwave, most of the shortwave, especially if it's a weaker signal, it would really it was like really bad. Really on my SDR you can see it. Now when I'm hearing the analog tuners like this one, like the HLA you just heard, if it's a good signal, a strong signal like this one, Radio Martí, you don't really notice it. But you can even sometimes you can hear a little bit, but you don't really notice it. But on medium wave, on my SDR, the NFET, it's really you can really hear it. On my loop, since I know out that noise, I'm telling you the noise source is from somewhere over here, I think. Across the street, or it could be behind me now. It seems the way the loop is positioned, it seems to null out most of it. So, and unfortunately, that's the only way I'm going to put the NFET. I cannot put it any other way. Even if I go from the roof down this way, it's basically the same direction. So it's not going to make a difference. That's what happened last time that I had the NFET on my rooftop going the opposite. First of all, the box was way up there. It was on the roof, which, ideally you want the box to be on the lower end. So I think that was an issue. And then also, when it was going over the roof, toward the edge of the roof, I have metal, what they call flashing. It's aluminum flashing that goes around the roof. So that kind of prevents water from going in the edges of the roof. So I think the aluminum, as the wire went right over the aluminum, I think that also might have caused an issue with some of the signal. Hello, David's Radio Room, and welcome to the chat. How's it going? So, so I think the way I have it now, if you saw the last video that I just posted today, the whole wire is not touching anything. No branches, no nothing. I got it. I could have hit it more. I could have hit a more perfect spot than what I got it. The say this is the branch up there. That is a fork. The fishing, I'm not the fishing. The paracord is right on the branch, but the dog bone insulator and the rest of the end fed itself is away from the branch. And if I that's one thing I don't want to pull too much of the paracord because I don't want the wire rubbing against the branch because then that'll wear on the you know. I could lose a paracord, but I don't want to lose that wire. Paracord can be replaced 1, 2, 3. The wire, for me to replace it, I would have to I would have to cut the wire basically, and it wouldn't be a good thing. So I got it ideally that the wire is none of the wires anywhere near a branch or touching it. So, hello, Anthony. Anthony Franz, good day from Florida. Yeah, over here is 68 degrees and sunny. It's a beautiful day outside. Now, earlier it was a little cloudy. The sun was coming out when you saw the video. Now the sun is out. Now it's all the clouds are gone. It's beautiful outside now. It's supposed to go up to 70. Now, right now 68, but it feels more like 70 out there. So, and it's gonna be like this for the next few days, couple of days or so. We're gonna be 70 degrees. This weekend is gonna be nice. Tomorrow, when we pick up our son from school, we're gonna go all the way up to Poughkeepsie to go to a Walmart up there, and we're gonna go eat out and stuff. Go have a dinner and all that tomorrow. So when we go to Walmart, I'm gonna pick up the pulley. Extra feet, for 50 feet of paracord, I'm gonna pick up another 50 feet. The pulley, and maybe another of those I can't even pronounce it. Carabiner. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Or carabiner. I don't know which one. Anyways, the metal clamps with the self-locking. Maybe I'll pick up a couple of those. Now that I'm gonna do the pulley system. But I gotta figure out where to put the pulley at. I think it's gonna be more likely on this metal pole that's over here, all the way over here. And I'm gonna put a little high so when my son or I walk under there. Okay, you used to live in Poughkeepsie? Okay. Yeah, my sister-in-law has a house up there. She used to live there, but then they moved to New Jersey. They moved to Sparta, New Jersey. They still own the house in Poughkeepsie. They're renting it out now. It's a nice house too. They have a beautiful house in Sparta, and they have another. That's a nice, beautiful house they have in Poughkeepsie, with about an acre of land. The one in Poughkeepsie is about an acre of land, so it's pretty big space. So Poughkeepsie, yeah, I like it. I like Poughkeepsie. It's a nice place, nice area to raise a family. Yeah, Poughkeepsie's about from Yonkers. It's about an hour. No, it's almost an hour and a half drive. About 50 miles, 50 plus miles. It's right up the Hudson, all the way up there. It's actually the last stop of the Metro North, the Hudson line, Metro North. I believe that is the last stop for the Metro North. No, actually, there's another stop after that. Then Croton on the Hudson, I think it's called. But Poughkeepsie is way up there. It's 50 miles or so, give or take. So yeah. EBB, hi, South Korea. 6K2 EBB. Okay. Pretty cool. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, Sanjay. Okay. No, I'll be up there in a few. Okay. Just started. I gotta go upstairs for a minute. I'll be right. Oh, no, I'll wait a couple of more minutes. I'll be up there, Sanjay. Anyway, so I modified the end fed. Because I thought too that maybe water might have went in the box. Because the interface it kind of looks similar to what happened to my loop when it fell on the ground. And it had this like the same pattern. So I started thinking maybe water went in the box. That's why. Because remember, it's a sloper. This is the box. But of course, when it rains and you get water, it trickles down into. I thought that maybe water trickled down into the hole of, where the wire goes inside the box. But when I opened the box, it was dry. The box inside the box was dry. Everything was dry. The torrid, everything was dry. Yeah, everything. And even had old silicone in it because I never opened up the box before when I bought it. I never got to open it. But the silicone, I noticed it was kind of old, so I put new silicone on it, and also the other spots where the eyelet comes down and is secure with the nut. I put silicone in there too, so no water won't go in there. And also by the ground screw with the on that side also the nut inside I put silicone also. I made sure that there was no way water can go inside that box just in case. And then when I put the box back, the gasket that was around the box, it kind of was falling apart. So I put it back in the way, like the MLA 30 box. The same thing, had the same type of gasket, white gasket. Put it in there good. Then I make sure it was tight. 3 wraps of electrical tape. Make sure, again, being redundant. Make sure no water gets in through there either. And then, hooked up the coax back. LMR 400. Wrapped up the connection with electrical tape because I don't have coaxial. That's another thing I need to pick up, coaxial. I don't have that, but electrical tape, three wraps, and then also the ground wire. Back there. I already had a 6-foot copper pipe that I hammered into the ground a few years ago. Because I was gonna put that's 4 years. That's a long 5 years ago. It's been there now. Because I used that ground rod for the mini whip when I had the mini whip over there, on the roof, and then I ran the ground. But of course, that didn't do much of anything. Mini whip has its own issues with the noise. But yeah, so I look, that ground was already there, so I hooked up the ground to that, so it's grounded too. And then on the other end, of course, I loosened it up. I broke the branch on the other side because there was a branch that was preventing the power cord from coming straight down. It will come down, then it wrapped around that branch that kind of went down like this and then shot. I didn't want that. So I was going to cut that branch with a pole. I have a pole chainsaw. I was going to cut it. But I grabbed it. I reached for it. I went to the other side, grabbed it, and I pulled that sucker down. It just fell. The whole branch came down. And that took care of that. So now the power goes straight up to the fork where I shot, where I shot the beat. Anyway, it's good. On that side, it's good now with the power cord. The only thing left to do is to bring the power cord in the yard more. So that's what I'm going to implement, maybe like Anthony suggested, and the pulley system. And I got to look at a video for that because this was a while back, a couple of years ago or so. I saw a video on that, and it was interesting. I was pretty interesting about the pulley system because I want the wire to get tight, but not too tight, but also I wanted to move as the tree shakes during when it gets windy. I'll be right back. I gotta go upstairs for a minute. Be right back. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, all good. Yeah, I grabbed the Reese's. While I'm out there, I say, well, let me get a Reese's. Reese's peanut butter cup. Mm. I don't know why I started just craving for Reese's. Mm.
Empezar de cero cualquier tipo de negociación con el siguiente gobierno. Y así, de poner de cero cuantas veces sea necesario, es la historia.
I noticed the FRG 7700 drifts quite a bit compared to the Kenwood R2000. Definitely drift. So I'm thinking about, for listening, I'm thinking about putting the FT818 and hook it up to the sound bar and use that for listening too. Because when I listen to it, it's pretty good. It's just that if you don't have it hooked up to speaker, it's kind of, the audio's not, it's not like, it's a little tiny speaker, So I'm thinking about hooking this up here, put the scanner up there, and that way I could switch between them. And also, I connected the switch box on this one. So, of course, I did it backwards because I wanted to share the LMR 400 is the MFET. And this one is going to the Yaesu. And this one is now going to the SDR. Sorry, so it's not going to the SDR. So I have this one open for my tube radios. Thank you, David. And then, of course, this is the, let me back up, sorry. And then this one is for the Discone, the VHF, UHF stuff. And that goes up to these three radios. But eventually, the CB is going to have its own dedicated connection. It's going to have the 102-inch steel whip. But that's later on in the future when I go on the roof and clean house. But I may put that off to spring now. Only because I wanted to do it with something, but then things come up, and then first I need to drop a good 25 pounds. I gotta climb up that roof, and I climb up with a ladder. It's a ladder that's on the side of the roof, on the side of the house. That it's a steel ladder that goes up. And I feel like, although my brother a couple of years ago he reinforced it, but I feel like I climb up that ladder. I feel like if those bolts give out, so I need to lose some weight. I put on quite a bit of weight, during the pandemic. When the pandemic started, I was right before the pandemic, I was at 220 pounds. And actually, I was losing weight because I went up to about 235, and I went down to, so I was below 220. I was around 215 maybe. And then the pandemic hit, and then a year or so later, I went up to 268. 268. When last time I went to the doctor, I was at 264-ish, around there. And that's where I'm hovering now. 265, 264. I don't want to hit that number. That 270 number. I'm scared. I go walking here and there, but I think I need to cut down on, number one thing I need to cut down is the beer. You're not drink light beer, I still need to cut that down. That's the number one thing, because of course when you drink, you like to eat more. And of course, I need to cut down on some things. And of course, I need to be outside more, which I have. I used to be outside more. So I would like to lose another 25 pounds or so. before I can say, okay, yeah, you know. My brother Eric, he same height. I'm 5'9". He's 5'9". We're all about the same height. He's at 320 pounds, and I don't want to be at that. I don't want to be. Definitely don't want to be there. That's the number. You know, because I see him struggling, and it's scary. So, especially if I want to go on the roof, no, I have to drop because that's why I don't want to go on the roof because they're just climbing up there. I'm afraid I'm going to put stress on the ladder. I'm telling you. So the pandemic kind of threw everything out of whack. So now I need to find a way to, I have an exercise bike right there and I don't use it. I bought it and I haven't used it. I bought it like 2 years ago. Right before I think I bought it right before the pandemic, and I never got to use it. It was upstairs, and I never got to use it. Yeah. So this switch box is this one, the OPEC CX2. I paid $40 and change for that switch box. It's 3-1. It's rated to handle 1,000 watts. I don't think so. Of course, I'm never gonna test that out. That's not gonna happen anyway. Right now it's to receive only, of course. If when I do try to transmit on it, I probably will not use I probably just take it out of the switch and just direct, union, put it straight to the radio. I'm not gonna. I don't think this switch is that great. It's good. But I don't know for transmitting. I don't know if I would. I don't know. I have to find something better. But it's good. It does a job for receiving. It's fine. And the other switch is more better. The other one, I forgot the brand of the other one. It doesn't say the brand, but this one looks more. You've seen these a lot. I know you guys seen this one a lot. This one is more than one I've seen people. And this one, when I bought it, was around the same price, around $40. But this one is built better. It's a metal box, everything. This one is much. This one is metal too, but it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of a little. Okay, focus in there. Focus. And I had to put it sideways because it was kind of weak. There's only one screw holding the thing, so I had to put it sideways so I could put 2 screws. And now it's more solid, because this LMR 400 is very rigid, extremely rigid. Okay, this way. Sorry, it's very rigid. I mean, very stiff. And I had some left. I actually have a 25 feet section and a 50-foot section. I had in the box. So I said, wow, I don't have to buy it because I plan to transmit on that. So best cable I have is the LMR 400. So that's the one saved me from buying a new one. All right, Anthony Franz, Danny. Why am I calling my name? He's talking to me. Do you know if I place some ferrite beads on my random wire and MLA 30 antenna cable, will it reduce the noise floor, or ferrites are only used for power cable? No, I use ferrites on. It's a debate about that. Whether people say they don't. People say they don't do nothing. I use them on everything, not only power cables. I use them on all my. As you can see, I'll show you. I use them on all my coax. All my coax has them. My USB also. See, all my coax have them. So I use them. Maybe I'm a little obsessive. I don't know. Maybe I am obsessive. Of course, even my SDR, I use them on everything. I use them on my USB. Well, the USB that came included with it. So that tells you should use them on everything. When I bought my AirSpy HF Plus, the USB that came with it, it has both sides. It had the ferrite on both ends. It came with the USB cable. Both sides had the ferrite. So that's telling you that you could use it on I use it on everything. I try to use it on everything. Some people say that, like some of my reception videos, they say, wow, your noise floor is really low. My thing is anything that can lower it or prevent. It's not really lowering it, it's just to prevent. In my case, more like to prevent noise in general. It's like again, maybe I'm more obsessive about it. I know a few people that have ferrites. They use ferrites on everything, and that's what I do. I use ferrites on everything. On my for example, and some of them come built in, like this one, the microphone one. No, the USB that comes from this camera to the hub has a ferrite. Okay, so that's telling you that everything now has ferrites. This one has this microphone cable, USB microphone, has a ferrite at the other end. It has a ferrite. I didn't put the ferrite in. It's already there. So anything that you could put a ferrite on, I would just put it. If it's gonna help, if it's gonna prevent. In my case, is I don't like to leave. What they say? What's the saying? Don't leave a stone unturned or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, any possible way, anything connected to my radio or connected to my computer, with SDR or whatever, or anything in general, I put a ferrite. Doesn't have to be power only. Anything. Only because maybe like I said, maybe I'm obsessive about it. But again, I was able to pick up, WWB. When there was a time where I never thought I would get longwave at all, and maybe it was lightning in a bottle. But I think some of it is, I'm trying to eliminate sources of noise. Of course, I'm using LEDs, which I shouldn't. That's another source it could be of fish. But so far, it hasn't got to that point where I pretty much eliminated all the household noise, as far as I know. So of course, I don't have control of what happens out there. But again, I would just, on the side of caution, I would just put the ferrite, especially when you can buy a whole bunch of snap-on ones. They're very inexpensive. This is a bigger one. This is I forgot how many millimeter this one is. This is a bigger one. But I'll put the link they have a kit. They have different sizes. And I'll put the link in the description. I'll put a link. As a matter of fact, I'll put a link in a few minutes for that. But I'll put in the link in the description for the kit. And these you can snap them on anywhere, any part of the, and I put them on. I think they help. I even put one when I opened up the MLA 30. The little wire that was in there. I put a little ferrite bead in there. And people say, why you did that? I said, well, you know what? If I could eliminate it from the source, then I'll put a bead, because I saw that I got the idea from a smart meter. When I was walking outside one day and I saw, they're outside the house, a smart meter. There's one by the church over here. I saw a big smart meter and I looked and I saw a little ferrite bead in there. So I said, if they have a ferrite bead inside a smart meter, why can't I put it inside my MLA 30 the amplifier, right? The what they call the preamp. So I put it in there. Of course, some people say, oh, it doesn't work. I put it anyway. I even put one aside. When I open this, when I put the metal case on the RSP1A, there's a little wire inside there. I put a ferrite bead in there. It's inside there. There's a ferrite bead inside here. I put it because you know what? Like I said, I got the idea from the smart meter. I said, let me put one in here so that way I can eliminate it from the source. Before the signal even comes out here, I already have the bead in there. So maybe I can catch it, eliminate it from there. I'm just thinking, I mean, can I prove it? No, I can't prove it. I know people go, if you can't prove it, no, but it's inside here. I have one because there's a wire in there. The wire that connects from the board. It's a little wire that connects from the board with an MCX connector to the board, and then it goes here. There's a wire. I put a bead in there. I put a ferrite bead in there. Yeah, am I obsessive? Maybe I am obsessive. But you know what? That's fine. And again, people say, "Oh, you see results?" Yeah, I saw some results. Like when I put the metal case, I did notice results compared to this plastic case. The original RSP1 had this plastic case. When I put that metal case and the ferrite, I did notice right away the noise flow was a little bit lower. But of course, people are gonna say, "Well, I don't think so." That's why I don't go by what a lot of people say about. Some people debate that about ferrite, whether they work, they don't work. I just saw a video a couple of weeks ago about somebody mentioning that. About they don't really work, that you should find the noise at the source. Yeah, I have noise all around me. There's some noise you're not going to be able to attack. Whatever noise is coming from across the street, I have no control over that. You understand? So his argument is attacking at the noise source. No, you can't attack all of it. There's some of it that's beyond your control. But you do the best what you can hear. And one of them is I put ferrites on everything. I'm sorry. It's obsessive, and I know who he is. I don't want to mention his name, but he's a people know who he is. He's the idiot that used to bother Jill. So there you go. So he was the one that brought up the argument. Oh, you attack it up the noise source. No, you can't to a certain point. After a while, you run out of, like right now, I went all over through my house. There is pockets of noise in my house, but some of it's beyond my control. Some of it is coming from across the street, or it's coming from down here. Who knows where? So anyway, excuse me. Let me go ahead and read the chat. Sorry. Nate the Gamer. Hey, hello, Nate the Gamer. How's it going? And welcome to the chat. Elmer Time. Hello, everyone. Why am I saying hello? He is saying hello. I'm literally reading every word. Jeff AD7LN checking in from rainy Hayden Island on the Columbia River. Okay. Well, over here, sunny, 68 degrees. The sun just finally broke through the clouds. So now it's sunny. And let me go down here. Anthony Fran. Okay, I appreciated that. I will give it a shot. Yeah, they're pretty cheap at Amazon. That's what I buy. I just buy the kit and implement. I put them on, anytime you get anywhere where your radio is connected, and also the computer cable, if you have an SDR, yeah. I mean, it's standard now. When you buy any computer component now, like when you buy like this silver one. The one that I use for my RSPdx, that's from a printer. That's from my inkjet printer, from my old inkjet printer, that big cable. It has ferrites on both ends, and they're big. They're big ferrites. So I use that for my SDR. And they seem to do the job. They do a good job. So yeah. So definitely I will just get a kit from Amazon. And Elmer Time, using external ferrite chokes on all wires and cables is fine. There's nothing wrong. Yeah, there isn't, I just use them, I don't know if it's peace of mind, but I just, like I said, not only because I cannot tell you definitely, oh, that helps, attractive. No. Can I say that was hurt? No. But then again, If I compare my radio listening to what it was when I first got back into the hobby, it's dramatically improved because I put ferrites. I also the outlet I make sure I'm using this one is grounded, but that outlet is not grounded. I need to eventually fix that ground. I tested the outlets that are not grounded. Supposedly that's an issue too. And also I eliminated a lot of those cheap LED lights. Those they're called dirty light, whatever. That I have more of they're still LED lights, but they're not the old because there was a particular one. I don't know if it's the CF, what is it called? The CFL. There was one that when I put it, I could hear it. I could hear it. It was really bad. And I switched it out to for a smaller power LED light. It's actually it uses less watts. It uses less power, and it's just as bright. Like the new LED ones seem to be better. So I switched. I started switching those, and that helped too. You know, and of course outside with the loop. I have to put the loop this way, not this way, because if I put it this way, I get the noise. So I have to null out the noise. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to. So that's why people ask me about rotator. No, I can't because some areas are just noisy and you can avoid it. But you can null out and put it in a sweet spot, and you're gonna have to do all your listening like there. You know. So let me go down to you're welcome, Anthony. David's radio room. I still have noise in certain areas of my house. Same here. I have noise. There's certain areas like in the second floor. In the second floor toward the front of the house, I get a lot more noise there. Even in the back of the house on the second floor, I guess most of the second floor because it's higher, the noise just comes in. And I have a lot more windows up there. And I don't that doesn't matter where HF I get it, but still I just get more noise on the second floor. And then on the first floor, in the kitchen it's pretty good. It's not that bad because I'm toward the yard. But the front of the house on the first floor, same thing. I get noise and so on. Now in the basement, I'm toward the front of the house now. This room is noisier than the boiler room or the next room. Even the next room is better. But the boiler room is the best spot. If I want to listen to medium wave, even long wave, SDR and all that, I'll go to that room because the noise is less over there. It's a lot lower. And the house, I was mentioning last time, yeah. Actually, over there on that side, the boiler room is underground. The ground level is above is at the foundation. It's above on the foundation line. Over here, this is the foundation. But I'm outside, right there. That's the alley. It's open. But over there, the foundation is underground. So over there, I'm below the ground. So over there definitely is much friendlier to listen on by the boiler room. That's why if you see a lot of my videos with the tape with the radios when I'm on top of it's on top of the washing machine over there in the boiler room with my portables. That's the best listening for my portables. Over here, not that great, but over there, way better. Yeah, I plan to, David. I was thinking about that, but I need to put some shelves. I want to put some shelves up in there, and I might do like a stream here, and one day I'll do a stream over there from the boiler room and do the. I wanted to do that. Plus, I had to run Ethernet over there. I have Ethernet there now, but I want to put I have old Ethernet, 100 megabit. I need to put a gigabit. But I thought about that. I want to do, but I want to clean it up more. And right now, there's a lot of stuff over there. There's a lot of stuff over here. There's a lot of stuff on the wall too. Everything, but over there, that's why I'm gonna probably when I clean it up, I'm gonna put a desktop over there. I have a few desktops that I'm gonna put over there, and I may do a stream. I may do a stream from the boiler room, and because it's better. I'm telling you, it's a lot better in the boiler room to listen especially the lower bands. Much quiet over there. Of course, in the middle of winter, you're gonna hear the boiler, the furnace firing up, turning off, firing up. Because yeah, when it's cold outside, you see some of the videos. Some of them you can hear the boiler sometimes. But I enjoy listening over there too. I enjoy more listening over there sometimes than here. Like lights, nights. Like last night. Last night was not a good night for me to listen over here. It was not. I was getting frustrated, so I went over there, and I was hearing my, medium wave, and it was fine. It was a little noise, but it was not that bad over here. So yeah, I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into the setting up the. I want to. I would like that. Originally, I was gonna do it there because of my son. My son plays upstairs, but so far he plays. He doesn't play that, because I tell him that when I'm doing a live stream, not to stomp. That's the major thing with him is stomping. But this microphone, I have it set up that it doesn't. It's sensitive, but it's not as sensitive as this microphone would have been more of a hassle. If I had this microphone here, forget it. That microphone picks up everything. And this one it's more. I don't say they're both omnidirectional, but this one has a setting that I could just have it here, and that microphone, even if I had the setting to, it still picks up a lot more. And I tried it. Trust me. Before I started live streaming, I tried that. Before my first time coming back live streaming, I tried that one, and it was awful. I couldn't. You could hear pin drop across the room, and there's no way to, So I said, forget it. Plus, it's a lot heavier. So yeah, I'm looking into the boiler room. Anthony Franz, I saw that video too. Helmet time. You can use more than one ferrite choke as well. I do that too. I use multiple on one cable. I have some with 2 or 3. I have some with I used to have like 3, but I just put one on each end. I at least put one on each end. I usually do that. Put one on each end. And if I have extra ones, I just put them on. I'll like that extra one that I just showed you. I took that one off another one. I'm probably gonna put that one on the LMR 400 because it's big. Where did I put it at? This one. No, this is still too small for the LMR 400. There's a bigger one than this. Yeah, there's a bigger one. Let me see. Yeah, I'm comparing the two. Yeah, there's a bigger one than this that I use for my LMR 400 because the LMR 400 is thick. But I could put this on another one. Yeah, I do multiple stuff. Yeah, that's you're right, Omar. So I do that too. Anything that can help lower anything, Again, people might say that's obsessive, but that's fine. That's my nature anyway. I'm kind of an obsessive kind of person, OCD. If I look at a wire and I don't see no ferrite, I go, why that wire doesn't have ferrite? They gotta put a ferrite on it. Even my pigtails. I gotta put ferrite on this. I put a little ferrite here and a little ferrite here. So, well, I didn't do it because I used them up for another one. But yeah, even my pigtails, I put a little ferrite in them. Is it obsessive? Yeah, it's obsessive. But you know what? It's okay. My shack, my rules. But yeah, I put multiple ferrites. You can do that too. Because yeah, and I know David, you say like my setup. Thank you, David, because I finally decided to because I tell you originally I was going to do on the second floor, but right away I found out the noise was too much. It was too much, so I said let me do it here, and it's working out well here. It's working out well here. Now again, I would like to do one in the boiler room. That would be like the ultimate. So maybe I'll take a couple of radios and put it over there, and then Like when I get my, for example, when I do buy my other radio, my transceiver, whichever it is, it's probably going to be in here, the transceiver. But these radios are probably going to go over there. And then I'll do a setup over there. And, the only problem is the wire, the antenna wire. I got to have to reroute a couple of them over there. Or dedicate, because that's what I have now. In that boiler room, the only feed I have in there is 2 feeds. I have one MLA 30 feed in there, which was the U loop, but the U loop is no longer destroyed for now. And MFJ 1886 feed is going in there right now. The one you saw outside in the yard, MFJ, that one is going in the boiler room right now. So I'm going to keep that one there. The one from the roof, eventually I'm going to put it somewhere else and it's going to come in here. So I'm going to have MFJ feed over there, MFJ 1886 feed, MFJ 1886 feed over here, and MLA 30 feet over there, and an MLA 30 plus feet over here. And I'm covered on both ends, on both rooms. And of course, the discone here for now. But I'm telling you, the end fed right now, the way it was picking up, the way when I had it on the scanner, it was picking up a lot of stuff. I may take down the discone for now and just use the end fed if I want to listen to. But maybe that was just the other day. But right now I don't have it hooked up to. I have it hooked up to this radio with this switch box. But I picked up on the end fed. I picked up FM broadcast, no problem. All those, most of the FM, didn't miss a beat. Airband, I went to the airband, picked up some airband. Weather, I picked up 3 weather channels with the end fed. 3 weather channels. Then I went to 480 megahertz, whatever. Police band, I picked up a few frequencies in the police band. And I went up all the way to 900 megahertz. Flex pages. The NFED picked it up. Again, that could be because, it's anytime you put a hunk of metal 40 feet high, it's going to pick up more signals. And some of it was actually more, I want to say, especially the weather band, signal came in better than my disco. Believe it or not. It came in much less noise, clean signal, weather band, no problem. With the end fed. With the disco, sometimes I get noise, and again, maybe because the disco's in the front too. I don't know, but so that end fed already it's a wide band. It's like a wide band antenna. I may take down the disco, but I'm not gonna take it down. I'm gonna move it eventually to the other side. But still, if I didn't have the disco, I could still pick up some things with the end fed. I'm surprised, and it didn't happen before. When I had to set up the other way, it wasn't that way. I think this way now because it's a lot higher. The wire is all in the air. There's nothing. The wire's not going over anything. Like over here, it was going over the metal roof edge and all that. And also because the box is all the way at this end and it's down almost it's about 3 feet off the ground, the box. And also maybe even the LMR 400 helps too with signal loss because it does help. LMR 400, people say, you don't need the LMR 400 for listening. Yeah, for VHF, UHF, especially UHF, LMR 400 is what you're supposed to use. Because you get a lot of signal loss as you go higher, right? I'm not an expert, but I believe that the higher frequency you go, more signal loss. If you don't have the, right, what they call medium, the cable. So I have LMO 400, and that thing, man, I can tell you, 900 megahertz is coming in. Elmer time. I've been blessed. My radio room location gets very little RF noise from medium wave up to UHF. Hearing weak signal DX is good here. All AC mains and phone lines are buried throughout the island. Okay. Yeah, that's the other thing I don't have here. Everything is up on utility poles. So I don't have that here. I wish everything was buried. That's another thing we don't have here. My internet is on a utility pole. The phone is on a utility pole. Of course, the power is above that. You know, the top part is a power line. When I lived in New York City, everything was underground. But over here in Yonkers, there's a lot of utility poles. Most of Yonkers is on utility poles. And people, they were push because what happened the last power outage, the last major power outage we had in Yonkers was 2 summers ago. It was 2 summers ago, and we didn't have power for about 3.5 days, and they were really crying about that. That they I guess the county executive said that it's going to cost a lot of money to start implementing the utilities to put them underground, and they were talking about if it's going to cost this much, it's going to pass over to the consumer, and we're going to pay more for utility. We're already paying too much already, so. Unfortunately, I don't want to pay more, but I think, and they were gonna have that for some kind of vote, but I don't know what happened with that. But there was talk about that to make Yonkers, because that's part. Like if you go to downtown Yonkers, there's a few areas, a few blocks that it is underground, but most of Yonkers is above ground utility poles. Elmer time. Yes, LMR 400 is great for UHF. I run a 75-foot section of it to my GP9. Okay. Yeah, I know it's good for that. Because I even use it. I have one on my MFJ going down to, right now it's not connected to anything. And people, I saw some of the people, that's overkill. I said, no, for listening? No, because it was 70 feet. It was 75 feet. The section that I had, the section that I'm not using, is 75 feet. And everybody knows that the longer you do any cable run, the longer the cable run, the more signal loss. That's like a basic question on the test. When I took the tech exam, that's one of the questions that's there on the test. What happens if you the longer cable run? What happens to the answer is you're gonna get more signal loss. It's not rocket science. It doesn't matter what signal. It could be TV signal. Doesn't matter. Longer cable run, more signal loss. That's it. That's your answer. So yeah. So So people will say, "Oh, but that's overkill. You don't need to put LMR 400." You don't have to. But again, you're gonna have more signal loss. Doesn't matter what band. You know. You have something. Yeah, something they mentioned that. Oh, that's overkill. That's fine. I'll pay the money for the cable because again, your antenna is as good as your medium, your cable. You can have the best antenna in the world, a good antenna, but if you have a crappy cable, guess what's going to happen to the signal? By the time it makes it to your radio or your TV, you're going to lose the signal. So, yeah, helmet time. The higher the frequency, the more loss in the cable. Exactly. That's a question on the tech. That's one of the questions they ask you. Of course, I knew that before I even studied that, but that's common sense, pretty much. N0JRJ Ham Stew. And hello, welcome to the chat. Yeah, so that's why I went with the LMR 400. That's what I was gonna go with anyway. Even if I didn't have this one stashed away, I was gonna buy LMR 400 for the NFET because I'm gonna transmit on that too. And of course, it's not going to transmit again heat, right? I'm going to put power in there. I'm going to put power in that line. I don't want to put power on a cheap line, right? So, you know, you got to put power, you know, you're going to put power. You better have a good line. You know, otherwise you're going to cook it. You're going to cook it. Even if it's a few watts. If you have a cheap line, you can cook it. You know, I don't know about 5 watts or 10. I'm talking about like, you know, what? 100 watts. You know, if you have a cheap line, you're going to cook it. You know, so let me see what I can put on here. I'm going to see if because I'm telling you that noise source. Let me go up to let me go up a little bit. Because the Yaesu FRG 7700 does drift.
You need a Christian radio station with worldwide coverage. Worldwide Christian radio. Call today. 615-255-1300.
Okay.
Worldwide Christian radio. Global coverage. Global impact. That's 615-255-1300.
At this time, WWCR ceases operations on this frequency. You're invited to tune your receiver to 6.115 megahertz. 6.115 megahertz. That's 6.115 megahertz.
So they're saying bye-bye.
We'll begin operations on 6.115 megahertz.
You see, no noise here is the noise here is okay. It's when I go way low in the band is when you get the noise. But right now the noise is fine here. There's no noise. Oh, it just went off the air anyway. Okay, so, but yeah, the noise is no problem here. Let me go to. Let me stop there for a minute. Elmer time. My take is just run the best coax and coax jumpers from the start. And that's another thing. Excellent point. You also eliminate RF loss, but I think also is less susceptible to interference. You know, and that's another thing. But yeah, it's not for the giggle. Even your pigtails, there should be good quality cable if you can. You know, and I'm not saying a pigtail LMR 400 because you know, but at least good enough, at least good quality cable. If you can, all the way through, like you just said, all the way through. From the start, eliminate RF loss and quality coax lasts a lot longer under high RF loads. Exactly. And they can last longer, like he just said. So, spot on.
CGTN Radio.
Now the news. I'm Shane. Chinese President Xi Jinping met with Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan in Beijing. Hassan is the first African head of state to visit China since the end of the 20th CPC National Congress.
Microphones on that type like this.
The two heads of state held talks at the Great Hall of the People. They announced an upgrade in the China-Tanzania relationship to a comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership. They agreed to maintain the momentum of high-level dialogues and to strengthen cooperation at all levels. The two sides will increase bilateral trade and improve economic cooperation. They'll deepen high-quality cooperation under the framework of the Belt and Road Initiative and promote cooperation in infrastructure projects. They'll also expand mutually beneficial cooperation in areas including processing and manufacturing, green development, and the digital economy. China's president sent a message of condolences to Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. over the devastation caused by in the Philippines. At least 150 people have died after an algae burned
Okay,
the
I think it's
Philippines
that.
over the weekend and triggered flash floods and landslides in many parts of the Southeast Asian country. Xi Jinping said China's willing to provide assistance to the Philippines for post-disaster reconstruction. China's Shenzhou 14 astronauts have begun working inside the new lab module, which docked with the country's space station on Tuesday. Mengtian's the third major component of the space station and the seventh lab module. It completes the station's basic T-shaped configuration.
Let me narrow the band. I don't know. Yeah.
There would be harmony in space, ground, and
I had a band.
In
Well,
space,
let me
the
see.
assembly would be able to orbit in a reliable, stable configuration and posture. The communication with ground. CSS is designed to bypass signal obstruction, so it can always be linked to the ground. For astronauts, the three-module CSS means ample room to roam for 3, even 6 astronauts on board.
Oh, that is 13630. See, I think CRI, yeah, CRI.
Upgrade, including
Yeah, CRI.
modules.
China Radio International.
And upgrade.
3 astronauts went to the Chinese space station in June for a 6-month mission. Following up, the crew will soon welcome the arrival of a cargo craft and then the Shenzhou 15 crewed spaceship. The astronauts will then conduct the first in-orbit crew rotation in China's space history. Authorities say China's included 45 kinds of orphan drugs in its national medical insurance catalog for treatment of rare diseases. Since 2018, the country has added 19 new orphan drugs to its catalog.
So I had the bandwidth wide, so I was like, okay, this is not the frequency for this. So, yeah, 13630.
Types of rare diseases in China. Orphan drug refers to a pharmaceutical that remains commercially undeveloped owing to limited potential for profitability. The former prime minister is being injured after his convoy was shot in Punjab on Thursday.
So you can hear the noise is gone on the but now if I go lower, that's when I encounter the noise. Let me see. I'm gonna go down to medium wave. I want to see if I get the let me go medium wave.
All your text messages. It's not 6 o'clock. I'm sitting right here.
No, noise is gone.
I was talking to Dave and Robert. I didn't know that. I thought it was a longer break. Oh, come on. I swear. I was just for the whole I love Dave and Robert, but that's inexcusable. Well, how's it?
That's 660 WFAN. 660. So right now the noise is gone.
I was standing right. He was outside with
I don't hear it. Normally I would have heard the noise.
Are you serious? Yeah. Craig, I apologize. Don't blame. What kind of producer are you? What are you talking about? Wow. You in the hell of a tough guy. How much are you getting paid to talk? You know, you can't hear it in the speaker.
Would we need to tell you?
Oh.
All right, let me try.
Gonna need to pull in that chair a little.
Hear a little bit. WOR 710.
Starts with bio.
Hear a little bit. I hear the
Personalized supplements based on your hair, your saliva, your blood work to help you lose the fat. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to help you keep the weight off. They have locations.
There you can hear the noise. So that's the noise that I'm getting. But it's not as bad as it was last night.
5 NJ Diet or schedule your initial consultation at njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com.
Here's your WOR Weather Channel forecast. You're going to stay on the mild to warm side the rest of the week. Expect some reduced visibility, some ground fog tonight. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies showing back up, a low of 51. Some morning clouds and fog on Friday.
No, it's fine.
The afternoon partly sunny, a high near 70. And the weekend looks dry and mild.
Why would you to say that? No, my connection is fine. I don't even have a warning. Is this working yet? YouTube says your chat is down. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just read yours, so I guess it's fine. If I do get a slow connection, I would have got the warning already saying that this connection is too slow. But no, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, don't scare me, please. Because what I've been doing lately is I rebooted the internet. Well, it sounds like I rebooted the whole internet. I rebooted my internet connection. Okay, let me just say it. I'm not in charge of the whole internet, people. I rebooted my internet connection. What I do is I reboot my router and my cable modem before I did the live stream. Because the last couple of times before that, even with the webcam, I got kicked off. Because I'm telling you, something goes on, it fluctuates. But right now it's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. So I rebooted before I did the live stream. I rebooted my internet, my cable modem and my router, and this computer I rebooted it too. So I should don't scare me, please. Oh, I'm gonna get disconnected. Yeah. I said earlier that CRI normally booms in here to the West Coast, even using a portable receiver. Okay. N0JRJ hand stool 73 guys away. Okay, so take care. Wife is calling. Okay, so take care and thank you for stopping by in the chat. And I'll see you again soon. I'll be back on Tuesday, 4 o'clock Eastern. Let me see about Saturday even, but I'm not sure because if I do come on Saturday, maybe early. But regular time is Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. So thank you. N0JRJ for stopping by.
Iron Solutions for America. The feet of the old trees. Underground aqueducts resembling modern subway tunnels were constructed to drain the sewage from the city. During the latter part of the Qing dynasty, they were all choked by the system of yearly inspections. Through the tunnels to see whether any section needed repair. Later, when passage was obstructed by deposits of dirt, they deceived the eyes of their superiors by a cunning method of cheating. Two inspectors in uniform climbed down at one end of the aqueduct and stayed there, while another pair in identical uniforms hidden at the other end appeared as the inspector general rode by on his horse. The example illustrates.
I notice it's slow. The internet is getting a little slow here. Anyway, I'm gonna upgrade soon. I already, spoke to my wife about it. I told her we need to upgrade. So eventually, I'm gonna have 1 gigabit up and down.
For you. Once more, way to send in a reception report and music request. VORWINFO@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, wow.
Spelling that
Really?
address out phonetically for you. That's Victor, Oscar, Romeo, Whiskey,
Yeah, my internet's acting up
India,
now. Wow.
November, Foxtrot,
Really?
Oscar at gmail.com.
Yeah, Elmer, 15720. No, I'm not getting that right now. That's what I'm getting right now. Nothing. No signal. Hello, Terry. Yeah, Radio New Zealand. Yeah, I'm not getting that. I don't get that. Not right now. Okay, my internet is acting now. What is going on? Why is it slow? Turn that off for a minute. Okay, let me scroll down here. down. Scroll down. Yeah, no, I'm not getting that right now. I happen to look. Yeah, I looked it up right now. It's on now, but I usually get that later on when it gets, especially over here when it gets to. Right now, no, nothing. Yeah. Okay, no copyright. Actually, it's actually too late now because actually it's already yeah. Because over here is 5 o'clock, 5:12. So actually, pretty much.
In Phoenix, the deaths of those two babies just this year are still keeping the police busy. One was abandoned in a toilet at a fast food restaurant. The other was found drunk in a back street and is being investigated by Detective Ryan Miller.
The remains were found basically by somebody that was just walking down the alley. They happened to see the baby discarded in the alleyway.
And was the baby wrapped in anything?
Yeah, so it's first found in some plastic bags. And
Reese's
a
Cup.
lot of the bag had gotten open, so we're not quite sure how that happened. It could have been animal activity, could have been ripped just from being in the alleyway.
So are you trying to trace the baby's mother?
We always will in cases like this. We'll try to.
It's kind of neither in a haystack, isn't it? It's right there.
Yeah, it can be. So we can't get a lot of the body systems as far as identifying a parent.
In these circumstances, if a parent is identified, they'll probably face prosecution. For Haven babies, as long as the child is unharmed, the criminal justice system will not be involved. It's estimated that across the United States, more than 4,500 babies have been surrendered anonymously since 1999. In Arizona, the Department for Child Safety reports that 14 infants have been relinquished under safe haven laws in the last 5 years. At a huge sports complex on the edge of the city of Mesa, a skinny man dressed as Uncle Sam whizzes around on a subway. Thousands queue patiently under a punishing sun, waiting to hear a speech from the former president, Donald Trump. Arizona is critical in the forthcoming midterm election. And since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, which guarantees the right to abortion, it has become a top issue for voters in the state. Anti-abortion lobby groups have long argued that safe haven laws eliminate the need for abortion.
All right, BBC. Let me see if I get the another station. So that voice, I usually get that at night, late, and like overnight. I usually get that. I'm telling you, I don't get it at this time. I don't. That's one of the stations I don't get all. I don't get it like you know.
I'm Annie. Mr. Lerner is my source. Annie is my friend. I'm happy to meet you. Thanks. Where is your home? Here. You live here in this apartment? No. I don't live in this apartment. I live here in Bloomington. My home is in Bloomington. My home is very small. My home.
Okay, can I have music? No music.
El marino sabe que estas olas suelen venir a frecuencias de aproximadamente 6 horas, 6-7 horas, y después de estas 6 horas hay un pequeño...
Maybe I get it later. Normally I tune New Zealand around 7 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. your time.
Este pequeño paréntesis que será si calcula bien el intervalo.
So 7 p.m. your time is around, yeah, late in the evening. Probably 10 p.m. over here. Yeah, because you're in the West Coast.
Encima de la cubierta y posiblemente en la proa del barco. Eso quiere decir que la prudencia.
Anthony France. Okay. Oh, I have to go. Time for church. And thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the week. And have a good night, Anthony. And thank you. Helmet time. And later at night, they switched to 9700, probably around 10 or 11 p.m. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I got them on 15720, but I think from when I normally get them, it's real late. And again, when I get them, I don't get a strong signal. I get them very I'm hoping with this one I can probably get it better, but I haven't tried it yet because like I told you last night it was just noise. So I just gave up over yesterday. I went to the boiler room and put on my portable. I had the portable radios on. But if the noise is not here today, especially up in the, then I'll probably try again tonight because I'm gonna stay up late tonight, and I'll try again. But I'll eventually get it. I was trying to see if I could pick up the Voice of Korea, but I'm getting noise there now. Some kind of noise. This is what's it? Adventist. I can't pronounce the Adventist. Adventist World Radio. That's what I was picking up here. Now getting this. Okay. Nigerian. It's fading in and out. Let me try
Y básicamente lo que tratan es de aportar una primera aproximación a las tecnologías robóticas y observación marina.
Okay, that's not. Okay. Okay, Spain. Spain. Okay.
Bueno, pues al final, en definitiva, son encontrados de forma rápida y concreta, son dispositivos autónomos, o sea, al final son unas plataformas, las cuales tienen capacidades para ser equipadas con diferentes sensóricos, sensórica para medir parámetros tanto atmosféricos, en el caso de los que van por la superficie del océano, como sensórica oceanográfica pues, para medir variables de lo que sería pues, el entorno oceánico, propiamente la columna de agua, tanto para ver los más básicos como podría ser la temperatura, la conductividad, el oxígeno disuelto.
Yeah, strong. Normally, Spain, I get it pretty strong. This is 11,940.
El fitoplancton, es decir, en definitiva, a día de hoy existe prácticamente un sensor para cualquier variable como oceanográfica que sea necesario medir con este tipo de plataformas autónomas.
20 over.
¿Qué capacidad tienen para estar, digamos, en el mar y cómo es la transmisión de los datos?
La capacidad es diversa, es decir, se pueden configurar en función de las necesidades, en el sentido de que pueden llevar más o menos carga de sensórica.
I'm looking at my thumbnail. Okay, that one is better. It just shows me looking at the screen. At least a better thumbnail then. Okay, better thumbnail. I might leave that one. Because they always, when they say, oh, Danny's on live, right? They put a thumbnail. But sometimes they put the worst thumbnail.
proyecto, misión o observación que se quiera realizar.
¿Qué ventajas aportan estos?
Yeah, see, well, it's the opposite for you. You get New Zealand good. I don't get New Zealand that good, but I get Spain. I get European stations better. You know, that's that. Yeah, like if you, I can imagine you could probably get a medium wave. You know, I know I've seen what medium wave DX is on the West Coast. They get Japanese medium wave and so on. I wish, you know, but yeah, Spain is one of them that I get pretty good.
Incluido el económico, utilizar estos dispositivos. Al final, como digo, son plataformas cargadas con sensores, un sistema de transmisión bidireccional satélite, que antes no lo he comentado en la anterior pregunta. Básicamente lo que nos permite desde eso.
A gasolina, dicho este jueves, el operador nuclear estatal de Ucrania. Los generadores tienen combustible suficiente para mantener la central nuclear de Zaporizhia en el sur de Ucrania durante apenas 15 días, explicó en el Yorktown en una publicación en su canal Telegram.
That's Radio Marti. 9:30. A lot of medium wave from Canada and Mexico at night. Yeah, and you get Mexico too. Yeah, I get Mexico wave, but not often. Doesn't, you know, but not on the West Coast. Yeah, you guys get the Mexican station, make it all the way up there. I don't get that. Well, I get Florida and Cuba. Again, and Puerto Rico, I picked up before medium wave. I never picked up Dominican Republic.
Quien pidió la noche del miércoles a los manifestantes el respeto por el derecho de movilización de las personas. La Policía Federal de Carreteras informó que 834 bloqueos entre parciales y totales fueron controlados ya en todo el país desde el comienzo de las manifestaciones.
So here up there, like 11, 9, 30, 15, the noise is not a problem. It is when I went down to around 5 megahertz below that. But yesterday was all the way up to 20 megahertz. I was getting noise like crazy. But today is good. Today's a good day so far.
Carreteras y preservar así la legitimidad del movimiento que lo respalda. Sé que estamos molestos, estamos tristes, esperábamos algo más. Yo también.
Now again, the noise source, I don't know where it was coming from, because behind my house, there's a house up here. He put Halloween lights. He has a whole bunch of lights, and he leaves them on all day. Even in the day, the lights are on. And Halloween is over now, so I thought he was going to take them down. Today's the 3rd. They're still up. So I don't know if he's taking them down, but I think he might just keep them for the holidays now, for, you know, Christmas. So, you know, for Christmas, he might use the same lights. So I don't know if it's coming from there or it's coming from across the street over here, because there's another family moved into the first floor of this small house over here. But it's not small house, like a small building right in the corner. And I don't know. They finally settled down, and I don't know if they're using something there that is really, I mean, it was really bad yesterday. Because at first I thought it was the welding. But it's not that, because it was way after 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock when the welders are done. Because they do welding over here. And they're usually done by 6 o'clock. By 6 o'clock, they close up the shop and they go home. So it's not them. It's not the welding. It's something else that's causing it. And yesterday was really bad. But today it's been better. So, I don't know. I don't think it's any of the modifications, because I didn't do anything major. I just, you know, the ground wire, I added that a few days ago. You know, connected to the ground, you know. That could have helped some of it, but no, I don't know what it was. I don't know what the noise source is. I won't know. The only way I'll find out for sure is after, I guess, when he takes on these lights. If I still get the noise, then I can narrow it down to this side. Also, since the infrared is way up there now, it's above the roof line. It's another 20 feet above the roof line. that noise source could be coming from somewhere else. From somewhere else, wider. I don't know. Because my loop doesn't get that noise. And it's not physical. There's nothing wrong with the end fed. That's why I opened it up. When I opened up the end fed, I made sure there was no water in there or anything. So I know it's not the end fed. I ruled out the end fed. It's not the end fed because it's working at this frequency is working fine. And now is it possible the end fed can be too high? I don't know. I don't, the higher the better, but I don't know. But the loop, the loop, I hear the noise through the loops too, but not as the end fed. And of course, but I mean, the reason why I put the end fed up too is not because of listening. I put it up because I want to transmit on it. So that's, it's not going to change it's not going to make me take it down or anything like that. But, when I really want to listen to something, especially on the medium wave band, I'll just switch over to the loop and it works fine. It's just another antenna in your, your listening or in my case, this is a transmit. But yeah, so, but it sounds good right now.
Hay un partido de fútbol americano entre las Águilas de Filadelfia 7-0 y los Texans de Houston, justamente en las mismas dos ciudades, 1-5. Y a mí me gustaría
saber. Helmet time. CKMX 1060 AM in Calgary, Alberta is strong here at night. It is a 24/7 stand-up comedy channel. Okay, oh, that's cool. Yeah, we don't have anything around here. I never heard anything around here like that. And I heard of some. I think I heard of that you remind me of on iTunes. It might have been that station. Because when I had iTunes, because I have an old it's right there. I have two Mac Minis. I have a Mac Mini. So I of course they have iTunes in it. So there's an area where you could it has internet radio stations, radio stations streaming. So I think it was one of those. I think it might have been that channel I think they streamed too. It was a Canadian channel or radio station, excuse me, that had stand-up comedy. I remember when I was listening to it because I go through some of them. I say, oh, this one sounds familiar. Oh, no, I mean, this one sounds interesting. Oh, Calgary. Okay, let me listen to whatever station in Calgary, because I like to listen to different areas, Oh, what's playing over here in this Calgary station, or what's playing over here in whatever. And like CBC in what's it? Yukon, Whitehorse. I like to listen to that one too because the content there is very unique to that area. So I'll, they'll talk about like, I don't know, something that's going on up there, dog sled racing or something, something like that, And it kind of transports you there, like, wow, this is how they live up there. So, and I remember there was a station that had stand-up comedy, and I forgot about that station, and you reminded me right now about it. It might have been that station that they do, or one of those stations. And when I put it on, it was stand-up comedy. And I was like, it's pretty cool. It's funny. And I forgot about it. You reminded me about that. Now I have to check that one out. See, they have a streaming. They have maybe I could, say, Alexa, tune into CKMX 1060 and play that if they have a streaming. I'm pretty sure they do because if they have stand-up comedy, then they probably have streaming. I'm sure they have. I mean, every 99% of all radio stations now have streaming, some streaming service, either through the app or through the website directly or something. But yeah, I remember that there was one that had stand-up comedy. They even play some classic stand-up comedy, like John Candy. When he first came up. And remember, I don't even remember SCTV. That was back in the 80s. SCTV, I used to watch that a lot when and a lot, the Canadian, they're from Canada, SCTV. So the whole cast, of course, they all became famous, bunch of people from SCTV. What's the one that I had a little crush on her though. What's her name? That she came out in yeah, John Candy. I know he was in it too, and there was a bunch of other people like Wayne's World. Remember the original Wayne's World? That was from there. They had something called the Great White North. They had a show. Again, Wayne's World came from there. They had a funny show. It's called the Great White North, and they talk all Canadian. They go, "E E E." This is the same guys from Wayne's World. I'm trying. Off the top of my head, I can't remember all the actors' names. Bob and Doug McKenzie, yeah. So, that this radio station was playing all that. It was playing all the classic stuff, stand-ups, and because they all done stand-up. So it was funny. It was Canadian. It was funny. And I forgot the actress. She did the she was in Beetlejuice. What's her name? She's been in a bunch of movies. It's a Kathleen O'Hara or something like that. I forgot her name. But yeah, I had a thing for her. I don't know why, because she was funny, and because I don't know. Here we go. Okay, no male chauvinist stuff here today. Let me stop. I mean, there's some fun. Let me just put it this way: there's some funny women out there, but there's some that are not so funny. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So she was one of the first ones that I thought was funny. Not one. I shouldn't say one of the first, because the first funny. Who was the first funny woman that I saw on TV? That's going way back now. Oh man, I'm going way back for my. I think it has to be Saturday Night Live. Gilda Radner was to me, she was the funniest woman. To me, she was the funniest woman that I ever saw. Was Gilda Radner. Original Saturday Night Live cast. She was funny. Gilda. And then of course, Jane Curtin was, she was also the sidekick when they do the news things. Jane Curtin is another funny woman, and she was also what's that show? The Third Rock from the Sun. She was in there too. Jane Curtin is another woman. She is very good to look at, and she was funny. Yeah, Rosanna Dana. Yeah, she played Rosanna Dana. So she was funny. She was really funny. So that the one from SCTV, that was the one that. So she's very funny too. She's funny. So I remember now. You reminded me about that station. Now I'm gonna look up that station after the. Maybe they have a stream. Let me see. They have a stream. I could look it up right here while we're talking. And CKMX 1060 Calgary. There you go. Let's see. You have a stream. Oh, so it's Funny 10. So the name of the station is Funny 1060. Oh, okay, Funny 1060. Oh, okay. iHeartRadio.ca. Yeah, okay. So they're on iHeartRadio. Okay. Let me listen to a little bit. It's gonna be kind of loud, I think. Let me lower this down. Sorry. All right, that was too loud. Okay. I should have lowered the volume first. Sorry. Okay, listen live. Right now, it's not playing anything right now. I just play the ad and that's it. All right. Anyway, I'll try later. Anyway, I'll try again later. But anyway, I have. Okay, so I could look at that. Okay. Elmer time. KTNN is a Navajo language AM medium wave on 660 from Window Rock, Arizona. I hear this at night sometimes. It's very interesting. Okay. Navajo. Okay. Native American. Yeah, we don't have anything like on TV. We have that. We have a TV channel over the air here that they focus on that Native American, everything's Native American content. And I think it's from Canada, but it's over the air here. I mean, it's broadcast here, but no, actually they do cover different some tribes, some Native American from Canada, Native Canadian, should I say? And they also cover Native American stuff that happens in the United States. But anyway, that channel is dedicated to that Native American content. So we have a channel like that. It's called, I think, what is it? Is it KNX? What's the channel called? Let me look it up. Channel. Over the air. It's an over the air channel. I forgot what it's called because I just go through it. I seen it a couple of times. It's kind of interesting, It's something NX. I forgot what it's called. What I can do is I can go to. I know what I can do. I haven't used this website in a long time. If it's still around. Okay, it is around. TV Fool. TVfool.com. Okay, check address for free TV. Let me just put the address down. Click here. And title. Just gonna put Yonkers. Because this is a new computer. So let me put the address. And turn the height. I'm gonna put 25 feet. And let me see what local channels are. Okay. No, don't what update what? No, don't update. Just there's quite a few channels, so wow. I'm telling you, when I upgrade my antenna, I should get more channels. It doesn't tell you how many numbers. Let me see. It's a bunch of channels though. Wow. I'm trying to remember the channels call sign. I don't want to switch it now back and forth. Because I can switch it here back and forth and put the tune around, but I don't want to do that. I don't know. Anyway, so it's like that. It's Native American. Native American. And the one that I don't get no more is NHK. The Japanese NHK, the channel. I don't get that one. That one is gone. I did a rescan. About a week and a half ago, and that one is gone. So now they added all these other channels now. So now I got 75 channels. Be right back, getting some chips and 7-Up. There you go. So right now I get about 77 channels over here. But I have an array of omnidirectional antennas, which I had bought one from when I was living over there, and I put them on. But I'm gonna eliminate all that, and I'm gonna get a good Yagi antenna, directional. I'm gonna get a bigger one. I think the one I'm looking for is Televis. I'm gonna point it toward, according to TV Fool and a lot of them, most of the stations are already in New York City. But I want to get the back end. Maybe with that type of antenna, I can get some on the back end with the reflector, and they might still be coming in. Otherwise, I'll get another Yagi or a rotator, but I don't really want to get a rotator because I just, there's only 2 points. I get a lot of New York City, or I had to point to True North, and there's a whole bunch of stations up there, and that's it. And on this side, I get the stray signal from New Jersey. It covers the beam will cover enough that I can get all of that. And those are all my stations. And with that, I can get about, if I get a station I'm supposed to get with that antenna, I can get as high as maybe 85 channels. Around 85 channels, and not a little more than that. And that's a lot. When I first moved here 10 years ago, I was up to 52 channels. 50 channels, 56 channels. Then I went up to the 60s. So now I hit 77 channels. So because they add sub channels, things like that, and they update and they, So I know when people ask me about analog TV, which one you like better. I miss analog TV, but I love digital TV too because you get a lot more channels now. Digital TV, you get a lot more channels, a lot more content, specialized content now. Like we have channels like decades, right? We have channels for like old sitcoms, antenna TV. We didn't have that before. When we had back in the day when we had analog, yeah, you could DX with analog, but there was not much content. So the DXs miss it, of course. DXs miss, but you can still DX with digital. You can still TV DX with digital. It's just that with digital, either you get the signal or you don't get the signal. Of course, a lot of it is tropo, but you can still DX with digital signal. But definitely, I like digital TV. You get a better picture. Of course, better sound. You get more content. It's more content. It's like cable. You don't need cable. If you think about it now, you don't need cable. Between over the air, and I don't even have satellite. I don't have FTA set up. I have old FTA dishes, right? Dishes. I have 3 FTA receivers there, old ones. ViewSats. They're all ViewSat. Old ViewSat receivers right there on that closet. I have a dish. I have a KU dish in the garage with the LMB, and I have all that, but I don't have a mount for it. I was gonna mount that back there, but it's big. But between over the air TV and what you get streaming now, like Pluto TV now, there's a lot of content. I don't know who in their right mind pays for cable TV anymore. Why would you even pay for cable TV? At this point, why would you pay for it? The last time I had cable TV, I'm going on 15 years without paying for cable TV. Over 15 years. Because I stopped paying for cable TV when I lived in the Bronx. And I just started streaming content and, over the air. That's it. Over the air. Matter of fact, it was around the time when they became digital. I think so 2008, 2009. So it's not 15 years. It's about, what is that? We're in 2022. So about 14 years. I know once we went digital and we started, that's when I kind of stopped. Okay, I don't want no more cable because cable started going downhill a long time ago because of the content. Like I remember the History Channel was the History Channel, right? Discovery was what? Discovery Channel. You learn. Remember the Science Channel? We had stuff like those are stuff I like. I used to enjoy watching. But then everybody decided to do reality. Oh my God, everything has to be a reality type based programming. And they ruined all those channels. They ruined every channel, like especially the History Channel. Remember Pawn Stars? Pawn Stars. Like, yeah, the first few episodes were kind of interesting. Like people were bringing stuff and there was a story behind it. But that got old fast. It got really old. Then they try to make the characters funny, like Chum-Li, but it got old really fast. You know? Then we had American Pickers, same thing. People, picking through stuff. But those things get old fast. You know? They get old really fast. So that's what happened with those channels. Like the Discovery Channel, right? They started with that building bikes. That's old. Now, a couple episodes I get, it's a nice looking bike. But it gets old. You're rehashing the same thing. Old. Reality, and it's not even real stage. All that stuff is stage. And then, of course, other channel, flipping houses. How many house remodels are you going to see before you get tired of watching the same thing? So at that point, I say, you know what? I'm not paying for this. This is stupid. I'm not paying for this no more. It's a waste of money. So I was done with cable. I said, I'm done with this. This is silly. It's not the same. It was so cable back then is not the same as cable now. Now it's just, it's horrible. Most of the stuff you can watch for free, or if you have Netflix. If you really want to watch movies, just get Netflix or something like that. Or in my case, I got Amazon Prime. I had Netflix. I got rid of Netflix too, because I got Amazon Prime. I got everything there. I can even watch Thursday Night Football tonight there. I could watch Yankee baseball when regular season, that stuff. Like, because that's already included in the membership, the Amazon Prime. But so between over the air and streaming, that's a lot of content. That's enough content. I'm sorry, you cannot go through all that. You cannot watch all that. And if I was to hook up my satellite, satellite over FTA and get, yeah, but I don't need to. And my Fire Stick, that's another one. The Fire Stick, there's apps in there that you can get live channels. They're all streams though, but live channels. And you can watch everything from different countries. You can watch everything. So I don't know who will pay for cable now. Who pays for cable TV anymore? Or satellite TV? Who pays for that now? If you think about it, that's just throwing money away. You think about it. I mean, seriously, anybody pays for cable still? The only thing I pay for is my internet. That's it. That's the only thing I had to pay the cable company, the internet. But for TV, I'm glad. Think about all the money I saved in the last 14 plus years that I'm not paying for cable TV. I'm not renting a box from them. I'm not paying for content for cable TV. Okay? So do the math on that. How much money you saved. So, yeah. So that's why, when people ask me about that, do I prefer analog TV? No, I prefer digital TV because of the content. But as a DXer, do I miss up? I personally, I was never DX. I was never TV DXer. But you can still DX with digital. You can. I see some channels and they still DX digital. Okay, give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So right now I've been on for 1 hour and 50 minutes. Okay. So yeah. So again, I don't know who will pay for cable TV now. I don't understand why would you want to pay for cable TV? When you have streaming service, even YouTube. YouTube has YouTube TV. Originally, I was gonna subscribe to that, but then I noticed they started at this price, and every year they kept increasing, and now it's at the point where it's like cable, charging the same thing. So I say I'm not gonna subscribe to this. And again, most of the channels are the ones that I got rid of my cable TV in the first place. You know, the History Channel now it's just reality stuff. The Science Channel. I don't even know if they have a Science Channel anymore. I haven't even checked it anymore. I don't have. You know, I remember the Learning Channel. I remember back then I used to watch The Operation. I don't know if you guys remember that, The Operation on the Learning Channel. And they show surgery. They show people getting opened up, and they show, you don't see that stuff anymore. You know, you don't. It's fascinating. Like, oh my God, this is what's it? Okay, this is the whatever. This is the liver. This is the Elmer time. Yep, I went through satellite TV, cable TV phase. Both are outrageously overpriced here, and they add another $20 a year. All I have is internet feed now. No cable, no internet. Well, no, you mean no cable? Well, yeah, like I had, and now I'm gonna upgrade to fiber because I spoke to somebody a few days ago, and they finally is available here. But they installed the fiber optic early last summer, but I don't know if the service was available yet. So finally, he told me the service is available. So I'm gonna upgrade to the fiber. And what I'm paying now for 300 megabit download, 35-ish upload, 1 gigabit download, upload, the same speed, upload, download, is about $79.99 a month. That's what they're going to start you off with now. Of course, another contract. Now I'm going to have to get a contract because I'm not on the contract right now. I'm going to do a contract. So we're going to upgrade because, I noticed my internet is getting slower and slower. It drops out every so often. I was just trying to look at something and it timed out. And I know, I noticed that a lot more often. I don't know if the cable company is doing that on purpose to get more people to go to fiber, but it started to persuade me because my internet sometimes is, the hiccups here and there, and then again, it's price for what I'm paying for 300 megabits right now. I'm paying about $80 a month, 85 and change total, whatever it is, $86 or whatever it change. And pay the same amount for fiber is a no-brainer. I'm going to go to fiber. I'm going to fiber. That's it. So, I talked to my wife about it, a couple of days ago. I said, we're gonna upgrade to fiber. That's it. We're done. Because everybody here watches streaming. And that's another thing. A lot of households now watch streaming. My son who's upstairs watching streaming. My brother's upstairs in the second floor watching streaming. My wife watches streaming. We all watch streaming now. I watch everything streaming. Even the World Series last night, I was watching it. I could have saw it over the air, but the problem with over the air is I get little pixelation on my channel 5. That's my local Fox channel here. It's channel 5. I get pixelating. It's not always good. I go to the website and then stream it. I just watch it streaming, and it's more reliable, and that's it. So, yeah. Hey, what's up, Bobby? I got sidetracked. Forgot about you was on. No problem. Don't worry about that. I was very close to not doing a stream today, but I said, you know what? Let me come on today because right after this I got to do some cleaning upstairs. I'm gonna have a long night. I'm gonna do some streaming and Elmer time. I meant no cable, no satellite. I do have internet. Of course, you have internet. You're here. Yeah, so but yeah, definitely. I don't know who in their right mind pays for cable anymore or satellite. Why would you want to pay for that? A lot of content is out there already. It may not be, like for example, HBO. Yeah, you might not get to see a movie in HBO that just, you can still watch it on Netflix. Of course, there is some content that's HBO only. I get that, but it's not enough for me. It's not a deal breaker for me to go, oh, I need my HBO so bad. I wanted to pay another $60 a month. No. Because I remember when I left cable, I used to watch The Sopranos. That was one of my favorite programs I used to watch on HBO was The Sopranos. And I stopped watching it. I just said, you know what? It's not enough to keep me. Sorry. So I like the last couple of seasons of The Sopranos, whatever it was, I didn't see it. I didn't watch it. I just said, you know what? I'm not gonna watch it. I don't care. And of course, later on when they finally ended The Sopranos, I was like, okay, well, and you see the replays later on in other areas. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. But yeah, it's not enough for, like I waited to. I say, you know what, it's not worth it. It's still overall, it's not worth it. So it's not worth it anymore. All this reality stuff is not worth it. Homer time. Yes, I'm fine without cable or satellite only show. Exactly. I don't miss it. Of course, some of the streaming services are doing that now, like Hulu. Oh, they got the Kardashians. I don't care. I don't want to watch them. I hate them. I'm sorry. I can't stand them. Famous for nothing. Because your father was a lawyer. That's what it was. All that money there was because the father was a lawyer. He was one of the OJ lawyers. I can't stand them. I would like to know. I don't know anybody in my circle that watches them religiously. Who watches these people all the time that it made them so rich? I think you know what? I thank God I don't have people like that in my circle because they would not be in my circle. Because then your mind is, I can't, how can I put it? You cannot, what's that? Somebody told me that a long time ago when I was a kid. Don't try to understand other people because you'll go crazy. I think somebody told me that when I was a kid. I was a teenager. It was a girl that told me that. She was a smart girl. She told me, Danny, don't ever try to understand other people because you'll go crazy. She told me that. She was about 14 years old. I was like 18, 17. She was around 14. Because there was a girl that I had a crush on or something. And she told me, I never forget what she said to me. Danny, don't try to understand her. Don't try to understand people because you'll go crazy. Stop trying to understand people. And that's what it is. I don't understand. I don't want to understand the people that watch this stuff. Like I never sat down and watched one episode of those people. I can't. I don't like them. What part of I don't like them? And a lot of people don't like them. Every time I go on Yahoo and I see a picture of them and I go straight to the comments, and a lot of people wish they would just drop off the face of the earth. How are they still relevant? How people still watch them? So I don't know. It's just like she told me, like the girl, I'm gonna give Elizabeth, you out there. Thank you, Elizabeth. For that, I never forget that phrase. Danny, stop trying to understand some people. You're not gonna you can't understand them. That's it. You'll go crazy. And that's the content. And some people, like some people make these people famous. I don't know what kind of world they live. It's an alternate universe from ours. Like I said, I'm glad they're not in my circle because they would not be in my circle. Those are the same people that pay. Yeah, exactly. But exactly. That's the same people that keep paying for that. Oh, I got to watch Mob Wives. I got to see Big Ange. Remember that one? Mob Wives. Big Ange. That was toward the end of my subscription. They had a show. I don't know. I think it was an A&E or something. Mob Wives. I'm like, okay, who's this mob wife? Oh, one of them was the daughter of Sammy the Bull. Okay, yeah, the rat. Here we go with the New York. The New Yorkers coming out of me. And then they had another reality series of Victoria Gotti. So at that point, I said, that jumped the shark. I said, yeah, I'm gonna get out. I gotta stop paying for this stuff. Big Ange. I remember that name. Big Ange. Big Angie. And she would mix it up with all those people, you know. She was like the loudmouth out of the group, Big Ange. Unfortunately, she passed away a few years ago. But yeah, Big Ange with the raspy voice. You don't know who I am? Kick your ass. She had a real raspy voice. I remember Big Ange. They used to call her Big Ange. Oh my God. So this is stuff that people pay to see. And they think it's real. It's a lot of this stage. You know, Big Ange. Yeah, Big Ange. Another one, Jersey Shore. I never used to watch that. MTV, right? Jersey Shore. I never used to watch that. I don't know what was the fascination with these. A bunch of Guidos. Sorry, here we go, stereotyping. From Jersey. If you go to Jersey, and I spoke to people, they're an embarrassment. People hate them. They made Jersey like a laughing stock. You know, I've been to the Jersey Shore like 1,000,000 times. I've been down there. You know, nothing like what they say. You know, Snooki, what's her name? Snooki. And the other guy, you know, a bunch of them, they all J Wow, whatever. Go with these names, yo. Oh my God. And like people actually watch this stuff and they get glued on this stuff. Because I would be at work and I would hear this stuff. Yo, did you see the last episode of Mob Wives? Did you see what Big Ange did? Oh my God. I'd be like, you guys actually watch this stuff? Are you serious? You know? Big Ange. That's going to be the name of the stream today. The Big Ange. I'm going to shout out to Big Ange. Going to crack open a bottle of, what's it? Oh, I don't have that wine. All I have is Manischewitz. Here's a toast to Big Ange. Salud. And people pay to see this stuff. This is why, and I think that's what it is. There's a lot more people out there that are willing to pay for this stuff. And because remember, I remember when we only had 2 cable companies, and I said, now we have like 4 cable companies. Every network has their own streaming now. You got Paramount streaming, right? You got Disney streaming. You got Hulu. You got there's a lot of streaming service. You got YouTube streaming. Yeah. Now people pay for all this stuff. Man. I know. I just went on a rant about Big Ange and Kardashians. Man, people pay for this garbage. Oh my God. Yeah, right. Pay me for streaming. Hopefully I'll be monetized in a few months, and then somebody can tip me. Go ahead, you got a tip here. You're a funny guy, Danny. Here, tip. They can pay me for my streaming. I'm telling you, it's like and I'm telling you, I don't know anybody in my circle. Even my wife. She doesn't. My wife doesn't. Actually, my wife does know people that in her job because she works in with. And there's a lot of women there, a lot of nurses. So some of them actually watch that stuff. Oh my God, did you see what happened to let me see. Don't make some reality show. I'm like, who watches this stuff? And like flipping houses. Come on. They make it sound like so, make it sound so easy, flipping houses. I wish I could flip this house. I could flip this house the way it is right now and it'll sell. I don't have to do anything to this house. I could sell it right now only because it's in Yonkers. And, this house originally was when she took over the house, and it was about 215,000. What it was. Now this house is 400 and what it is 400. The highest in this whole area was about $510,000. Excuse me. Exactly. They're all staged. They're not really reality. Of course, they're all staged. Anybody could say, okay, this. Because honestly, if it was a real reality show, it'd be boring. It'd be a boring show. You just watch people do everything, go take the kids to school, come back, gotta do the dishes, gotta prepare dinner, whatever all this. You know what I'm saying? Clean the room, mop the floor, whatever. That's boring. Of course, these people, they're always fighting with each other, getting dramatic over nothing. It's stupid. It's silly. And then they make things so convenient, like the Kardashian, right? She came out with a tape. Although they claim that they leaked it. No, they didn't leak it. It was planned. The tape was not leaked. It was planned. Because people talk about it. Oh my God, gotta see the tape. Gotta see that tape. And then a lot of people copy that tape stuff, like Paris Hilton. Hey, you gotta see that tape. Gotta see that tape. It's silly. It's like, juggling kittens, throwing rocks at low-flying planes, etc. Yeah. It's silly, This is the state of and it's only getting worse. Like when I go to TikTok, oh my God, because there's a few radio channels in there. This is one guy I watch a lot. I wish I could remember his call sign. Let me. I should look it up. Let me look it up. I'm gonna do it on my phone. Let me look him up. I'm gonna give you his call sign. He's a subscriber to my channel here. He had an old channel here. His name is Timothy Pate, but his channel goes by his call sign. Okay, sorry, I want to hear dogs barking. All right, let me see. Yeah, that's his channel, Timothy Pate. I'm gonna write it on the description. So he's one of the few TikTokers that I actually watch his live stream and I participate in it. So I'm gonna put Timothy Pate. He's a subscriber to this channel too. He has a I can't even put it in South now. Wow. Okay, stop. Timothy. I can't. I'm trying to write it while this screen, because my screen gets dark fast. Wow. Timothy Pate. And his call sign is N6PUD. Right? This is TikTok. Timothy. I hope I spelled his name correct. Timothy Pate. Pate. And he's tuning the bands. And he talks. He talks on CB. He talks on all the. He's is he an extra? I know he's general. I think he's a general. Not extra. I think he's a general. But he's a cool guy. People watch him, and that's one of the few channels that I actually watch on TikTok that's radio related. That cool guy. He's a cool guy and everything. He lives in California. Yeah, he lives in California. He's by San Diego. So his radio he uses a lot is the Zygu G90. That's the one he uses a lot. He uses that radio a lot. So like when they had the contest over the weekend, he was doing that too. He talks. He also has CB radios. He talks about that's good content. I follow him there. So I watch his live stream. So I follow him there. But he was here before, years ago, but he left YouTube because he said people are too crazy over here. Like, you know. And I told him, no, you shouldn't have left. You should have. But he has a big. I forgot how many people he has. I should have checked that. I forgot how many. Let me see how many followers he has there. Okay, let me go to his channel. So right now he has 4,131 followers. He has 4,000 followers. So he does live stream like me over the phone. Now, when you get 10,000 subscribers, then you can do live stream on a computer. So yeah. Timmy T. Pate. So that's one of the channels I check out. You know, when I'm on TikTok and I see that he's live, I go to his stream and I just chat with people in there. I chat with him, and they get they get pretty big. And TikTok, sometimes he'll have a few hundred in the chat, a couple of hundred. Sometimes he'll have like 30. I he'll have like 50 people. So that's his radio. That's the main radio he uses, a Zygo G90, and he has a bunch of CBs, and he has other radios there too. And yeah. So he's one of the few TikTok. Everything else I can watch. When you start streaming, because TikTok, unfortunately, when you he's a general. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I think. He's a general. Because he was telling me about the test. That what to look forward to study, what to. So he gave me the this part of the test. You study more. This one. So he was telling me all that. He's a general. And but yeah, like I can relate to him the way he doesn't try to be too technical or anything like that. He's just because of course, like I said before, there's some hams out there that frown upon GMRS and all that. He's very down. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. So he's like I said, when he's on, I usually watch his stream when I can, Yeah. Yeah, because he was telling me to take the general sooner than later because I think the general set of questions is going to expire. They're going to have a new set of questions soon. I forgot. Because that's the other thing about the tech. I know that the questions are going to be, I think, soon. And like I forgot, but you know what I'm talking about. I think the pool, the question pool, they're going to update it. So he was telling me that to take the general sooner than later because they're going to update it. I remember him mentioning that to me. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So channels like that is I watch. But unfortunately, like I said, with TikTok, I guess when you first set it up, yeah, he has, yeah, because he was talking to me about the repeaters. That I think they want to I think the FCC wants to ban not a repeater, it's the app. There's an app that they use. There's an app for that GRMS to connect to. I don't know how well. I forgot what it was. He was the one that mentioned that, and yeah, because and that's he's the type of guy that he'll read every message if he can, because there's some people out there that don't want to read every message. I get it, sometimes it goes too fast, but he'll try to go out his way to read messages, and he'll answer you. He's not gonna like ignore you or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Because TikTok can get crazy too with the views. It has happened to me. Yeah, I only done a couple of live streams on TikTok, but I didn't get that many people. Like, I don't get that many people. But in his case, he's gotten like a few hundred at one time. watching. So you can imagine how fast that thing goes, you know, when you. But the good thing I like about TikTok is the more you participate in the chat, they put a star next to you. You don't pay for anything. So like in his chat, I become the number one person in the chat. So they put a star next to mine with a number one. That means I'm the most active. And then you can see that he'll pay attention to that number one. And then if you're the number two, you got a different color star. If you're number three, you got. So at least with TikTok, they reward you for participating for that session, for that live session. His technician code was KN6MQX. Okay. Yeah. But you know, because I didn't know he was on my when I was going, because that was a couple of weeks ago, I was going through my subscriber list. Because I just want to see, because I was just going through it because I wanted to see who I hadn't subscribed to, who I was subscribed to. I was like, okay, I need to. So I saw him. I said, Timothy Pay. Oh my God, he was a subscriber for a long time. So he was subscribing to this channel for a long time ago. Because it tells you what date you stay subscribed. So he's been a subscriber for my channel for a few years, like 4 years. So, and I said, that's the same guy. So I went to his channel. He had a few videos, but I think he took down a lot of. Either he took down his video. He didn't have that many videos in YouTube. And I was like, oh, okay, that's him, the same guy, Timothy, same guy. Okay. So yeah. So because I asked him, I said, you have a YouTube channel? He said, yeah, I used to, but I don't do that channel anymore. I don't. But I think he comes back once in a while and posts a new video once in a while. He's not active over here anymore, in other words. And he also has a Facebook group. It's a private group though. It's for CB radio. It's called Mojave. Is it Mojave Desert CB or something like that? So I'm in that group too, Mojave CB group. And it's a CB, well, it's amateur radio, but it's also CB, mostly CB. And because when he mentioned it, I signed up there. A few people signed up there, but it's a private group. It's not like public. So they just gonna ask you a question. In my case, I was the call sign. I gave my call sign, and I said, "Yeah, this is Danny from TikTok." I said, "Okay." And then my TikTok channel is, if anybody cares, is Danny. Let me make sure I get this one right because I had two of them. Let me go back to. Sorry, let me go back to. Oh my God, what the hell is wrong with me? Oh, there you go. And my TikTok channel is. You gotta put the ad sign. I don't know why I had to put the ad sign, but anyway. But you know what? I'm not gonna put the ad sign because it's gonna activate something over here. Okay, Danny. Oh, Jesus Christ. Danny Radio. The letter N and tech. Yeah, it's like that. The letter N, not and. The letter N. Because my and got banned for some stupid reason. I don't know what happened. So that's Danny at Radio, Danny Radio and Tech. That's my TikTok. I have a few videos, but I don't know. Now the live streams don't come on. That's one thing about TikTok too. When you do a live stream on TikTok, they don't add that to your content. See, on YouTube, when you do a live stream, this live stream becomes part of the content. That means people can watch it over and over. On TikTok, when you do a live stream, you watch a live stream and that's it. It doesn't go to the content. It's just forever disappears. So that's why if you go to like his channel or my channel, you don't see live streams. Because TikTok, the way TikTok works is when you do a live stream, that's just live. There's no replay of the live. I think someday they should change that. But right now, that's the way it is with live stream. When you stream live on TikTok, it's just for that session, and that's it. That's the way that works. Now on TikTok, when you want to stream live, you need 1,000 followers, at least 1,000 followers to stream live with your phone only. When you get to 10,000 followers, then you can stream with your computer. And I'm not there yet. I'm only at 1,600, I believe, 70 or 60. I forgot what it was. Good. I should have looked at it right now. 1,679. That's where I'm at. 1,679. Yeah. But you can see it's interesting, to see different. But everything else I don't like. And there's a lot of dog, cat stuff. Cute. Like here, a lot of the gay. Ooh, look at cute doggy. Yeah, and then also a lot of shaking the what. I take that's a lot of that over here. That's a lot of that over there. That's unfortunate. There's a lot of that over there. You just pass. Okay, next. Because I seen live streams over there where they get a lot of people, like 1,000 people watching, and it's just some woman working in an office. She's just typing. She's just typing, and people watching her. Like they got a chance in hell to get her. Hello, beautiful. And you see the roses going up. There, people clicking on, giving her flowers. And she's just typing at her job. Because another thing about TikTok, a lot of people record from their job. They do live stream from their job. Like they'll put the phone there and they're doing their job. Like I was watching one the other. I just happened to go through it. And I saw one from Amazon. She's just scanning packages. And she got like 1,000 people watching her. She's scanning packages. And I'm like, I should just stay here and scan packages or something and get them. But then again, you're gonna watch me belly scanning packages. But she's like 1,000 people watch. I'm like, my God. Sometimes it gets crazy like that. Like people watch somebody just at their job, That's what you scroll. When you scroll, you'll run into those streams. Somebody working at a McDonald's drive-thru, and they'll put their phone right there, and they're recording. They're just talking to the customer, and you see the thing is like a few hundred people watching. So that's what when I do my stream, it's just I don't have it like this because obviously it's just the phone. So usually I have my phone pointed to the radio, and I'll tune the bands. That's what I do. That's what he does too. He tunes the bands. That's what. Because of course I can't stream on a computer on TikTok yet. I'm a long way from that. But but a lot of people watch other stuff, and I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. So people, it's like cable. People watch. Like I just said earlier, that circle of people. I don't understand why they watch. Why would they sit and watch somebody on an office on a keyboard? I'm actually shaking the table doing that. So they just type it on the keyboard, and all you see is a bunch of, I'm gonna say thirsty men. Hello, beautiful. Are you single? And you see them sending flowers. Because you can send stuff, like flowers and all these type of things you can send. I'm like, wow. Okay. Moving to the next one. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of radio. There is some, but not many radio. What there is a lot too is the telescope stuff too. Like there's a couple of channels that I follow too that they like to look at the stars at night or the planets. They have a huge telescope. They have nothing like what I have. They have motorized, computerized stuff. Oh, I'm gonna point to at Neptune. You want to see Neptune? You just press you can hear the motor go and that thing focuses. It takes a couple of seconds for it to recalibrate. And then you see it. You can see, okay, that distant dot is Neptune or whatever, But one time it was that. It's like, but you can't see, Neptune is hard to see anyway. Jupiter's kind of hard already. You can still see it. I seen Jupiter with my telescope. I seen Saturn with my telescope, but Neptune, he saw Neptune. It was a little blur though. I'm like, man, he could see Neptune with his telescope. I don't know how big his lens is, but you can hit a motor, anything moving around. What about Uranus? Uranus. And he's gonna get me with that one. What about Uranus? Uranus. Oh my God. So no, I don't think he got Uranus. I don't think he got to see Uranus. He did see Neptune though. I don't know about Uranus. Oh my God. I threw a softball right at you. You hit it right back at me when I said Neptune. I know it was coming. I know it was coming. When I said Neptune, I was waiting for the next planet. I threw a softball at you. I lobbed it at you. You hit a home run. You went, I'm going to throw Uranus right back at you. Bow! Right over the gate. I threw the softball right there. Softball. Let me lob it to Jeff. And he's like, here comes Uranus. Boom! Oh my God. I set it up perfectly. There you go, Uranus. So yeah, no Uranus. I mean, it was impressive enough that he saw Neptune. I mean, I don't, from what I read, Neptune is almost, unless you have a professional type setup, I don't think you can see it with a regular telescope. Unless you have, of course, the Hubble telescope, whatever the hell is in space, whatever. Talking about home telescope, he was what? I said, what? And Jupiter's like, the way he showed it is nice. I was like, man, this guy got a great telescope. How much did that telescope cost? And then there was another one that actually was watching the sun. But it's a special telescope for that. He said there's another TikToker. And he's the same one that has a telescope that you can watch. Yeah, it's a cool hobby. It is. Astronomy is a very cool hobby. I have a telescope here, but that telescope didn't cost nothing. It was on sale. It was that telescope was like $50. Normally it's like $150 telescope, but these telescopes are thousands of dollars, I think. So that the guy that was showing the sun, he has a special telescope. It's not even because I know they use a sun filter, but I'm not gonna look at the sun. No, even when they had the solar eclipse, I have a welding mask. I can put the welding mask on and I can see it. With a welding mask, depending on the rating of I have a welding mask that's what I use to see the solar eclipse. I put the welding mask, I can see it. But this guy had a telescope that's designed just to look at the sun, and you can see it in real time, the flare. And all. I'm like, man, that looks cool. It's fascinating. Now he mentioned that because it was a few years ago, there used to be 3 rings. There's a flare that's like a flare that's like 3 rings. And now it's down to 1.5. The way he was explaining to it. Because I said, yeah, I remember when it was 3 rings. It's like the big flare that comes up and it goes like that, like a ring. But now it's down to 1.5. He was showing that the other day, and I'm like, wow. I said, and I mentioned, I said, didn't this used to have 3? I said, yeah, a few years ago it was 3 rings. Now it's down to 1.5. See, he mentioned because he knows everything about. He's like the solar cycle. This. I'm like, okay, wow, okay. And I was like, wow, 1.5. And and he focused on the part of the sun where they have the different sunspots and all that. And so there's good content on TikTok. Don't get me wrong, there is, because I watch those stuff. There is good content. Unfortunately, the majority of it is, you gotta avoid it. Just avoid it. And I follow those that, because the more those you follow, that's what you get on your feed. You know. That's why you see my thing. I don't follow anybody. I only follow. I follow TV Radio 1972. He has a TikTok channel there. I follow him. There's another shortwave listener I follow. He's from Indonesia. And that's it. A couple of people that I follow there, they're my friends, from nearby. They just happen to have a TikTok. They wanted me to follow them. But that's it. I don't follow much else. Now, when I find more content, I follow them, and that's it. Then my feed will be better. Because they always throw random stuff at you. Some of it is, what? Why is this doing on my feed? No. Yeah. That was a softball, Jeff. When I said Neptune, I knew it was coming. I saw it a mile away. I said, yeah, to the softball. I said, here goes Neptune. Here goes Neptune. And then you came back with Uranus. Wow. He said, how about Uranus? Wow. Oh my God, Jeff. Jeff had to set me up right there. He said, he's gonna set me up. I'm gonna set him up. Oh my God. I forgot. I let this thing on. Let me see what's on here before. So 2 hours and 32 minutes now. And yeah, it's fading now. It's 6:33 p.m. here on the East Coast. Let me go down lower here. Let me go to man, I wanted to get this one, but I don't think I'm gonna get it, but it'd be nice if I can get it. No dice on that one. Let's see. No dice on that one. Okay, I gotta verify that one. Let me see. Let me verify that one. Then I'm telling you, my internet's like going up and down now. Now it's taking forever to load this page. I'm just gonna search it on another tab. $98.50. It's like an S3, S5, but I'm trying to hear what it is. At the same time, my internet all suddenly is crawling for search. I don't know why is this happening. Even though I'm streaming, and hopefully it doesn't affect that. But yeah, see, my connection was interrupted. Wow. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is ridiculous. Sounds like Chinese. I mean, it could be the website that is getting slammed because now I can't connect to the website. Yeah, another website loads fast. Let me see. Yeah, it's their website. I usually go to Shortwave, hyphen.info, or short-wave.info. But right now, I don't know. It's loading slow. I can imagine that website gets a lot of traffic. Yeah, right now that website's getting slammed. Let me reload the other website. Let me go over here. Let me see this one. Let me reload this one. Let me see now. All right. Yeah. I don't know why it's not loading this website now. Wow. I mean, I kind of know why, but I don't want to speculate because my son has a bad habit. He opens a lot of tabs on his computer, and a lot of his videos. Like he'll watch a video, he'll open the tab, he'll have like 100 tabs on his. I said, Sanjay, you can't do that. You can't open up all these tabs when you open because you're slowing up the internet. I don't think it's that, but he does that sometimes. And my brother, I noticed my brother did that because I don't do that. I tried, when I open something, I open up a couple of things and that's it. Even though this computer's capable of opening, but I know people that open up like 100 tabs. Like, because I know I'm a tech guy. I know that the more things you open up, the more computer resource, CPU. Also, if it's a stream, that's another stream that you're downloading. It's a stream, so it stays streaming. That's one connection you leave open. There's another connection. My son does that, and he drives me up the wall. I tell him, son, you can't be doing that because you got to slow everything down. He manages to open up a lot of stuff, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's slowing this. I don't know, but it can be because I load other stuff. Let me close. I'm gonna close a couple of things. See if that helps. Unless it's this computer, dude, I'm telling you, it's weird. I think this site is just getting slammed. Yeah, it has to be the site getting slammed. Because I open up other website and it's fine. I'll take a guess at this one. Let me see. Yeah. So it's definitely their website is getting slammed because I was trying to look up the information from there. And they're getting slammed. Over here, I don't know. I just can't get them right now. It's timing out. Yeah, because I just opened Spotify and it works fine. I open up another tab, open up another site, it works fine. So it's their website that's getting slammed right now. I had to verify that. But yeah, sometimes it'd be like, So this is supposed to be there you go. Okay. Wow, that's coming from China then. Is what's it called? SOH Z Wang. I can't even pronounce all that. Forget it. Anyway, it's the Chinese. It's one of the Chinese stations, and the transmitter site is Miaoli, and that is where that is. Wow, that is way out there. That's why it sounds like that. It's very right now. I'm getting like an S3. No, actually S7. Okay, right now the thing is drifting too. But it's picking it up. That's the handfet picking it up. Yeah, because now it finally shortwave.info whatever reloaded. So it's what is it? SOH Z Wang in Chinese, yeah, because that sounds Chinese. But that cannot be that. No, because look at the power. No. Wow, no, that cannot be that. That info's wrong. Then you have the Voice of Vietnam, 2 of them. And then you have the PBS, I'm trying to butcher these Chinese names. Qinghai. Tibetan. I don't think it's that. Look at the power on that. That has to be. It ain't Radio Romania. I can tell you that for sure. And I know they changed the Soulwave schedule, but there's definitely one that I don't pick up all the time. Well, with the loop. Anybody want to tell me what this is? Take a guess. $98.50. And if that's what it is, then you could probably get a better signal than I am, Elmo, from the West Coast. Because that, if it's that signal, then that's a catch for me. That's a catch for me. I don't know. That cannot be that because according to the power, it's 1 kilowatt. That cannot be that. That's a catch. Then that's a good catch for me. Wow. That cannot be that one. But it sounds like it. And then the other Chinese one is the PBS, and that's 50 kilowatt, which is still good. That's another good catch. 50 kilowatt, still not. All right, let me try another one.
E você pode concorrer a presentes muito especiais. É isso mesmo. No dia 13 de dezembro, faremos
Do some DXing tonight. All right, that's what I figured. That's what Portuguese. That's World Christian Broadcasting. KNLS 9765. There you go. All right, let me see what else. Any chance I get any Korean station? Let's see.
De cada día, el diseño quirúrgico que persigue cada ingreso, cada fuente de financiamiento y de suministro del país. Frente a estas adversidades, frente a la hostilidad del gobierno de los Estados Unidos en nuestro país, no se detiene ni deja de renovar.
Cuba.
Cuba cambia todos los días y seguirá cambiando. Cuba se renueva.
Of course.
Lo que no cambia, lo que no se renueva, lo que está anclado.
Sin ella, que si no fuera por ella, pues moriría, ¿no? Y es una musicalmente, ya ves, es una canción bellísima. Y yo, es mi canción, entre otras cosas porque me recuerda muchas experiencias en las que uno no puede vivir sin otra persona, que hemos compartido muchos años, mucha vida, mucho cariño, y hay un momento en que te necesito, aunque no podamos hacer amor, no puedo comer si no me haces la comida, me tienes que limpiar.
Parece una canción cotidiana y es tremendamente profunda.
Tremenda, ¿no? Y yo a las personas que...
Otros agradecieron la cooperación.
Está bien comenzar contigo ahí, en el combinado deportivo de la CEN. Llegaste a la ESPA Nacional, un momento difícil para ti desde el punto de vista de lejanía, pero a nivel competitivo, con hambre, con sed de poder dar el primer viaje representando Cuba a un evento internacional bonito, ¿no es así?
Exacto, ¿no? Ya en ese momento, ya para ese entonces, ya el bolseo estaba en mí como lo que yo puedo hacer, lo que yo puedo sacar a mi familia adelante, lo que yo puedo...
Saying about the CDC. You say the CDC lied. They want to consider that disinformation.
All righty. All right. So it's going to be 3 hours. It's 2 hours and 50 minutes. I'm going to call it a night. And I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to get something to eat. And my son too. So I'm gonna call it a night. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you, Jeff, Elmer. Thank you, everybody else, for the live stream. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the likes again. And if you have subscribed to my channel, please do. I would like that. And also, if you subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification icon. It lets you know when I'm on. And yeah, so everybody take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.